So there is a few important things I want to get out of you today. Also for the audience who are watching here in the United States and in Middle East and around the world, because the show would be aired in Africa as well. In American books, curriculum in the American books, when you educate kids here, first thing they grow up black, they were enslaved in the United States. And I think that have psychological effect on the kids. If I grow up and it shows that I was slave, how could I be grow up in society to be successful? How can I grow up and it's the back of my mind, always I was enslaved, I came as a slave. I hear in TV I was a slave. Everything that slave, slave, slave. And which is not true, because black people, they were not slave in Africa. They were king, they were queen, they were imperial, they were successful. So I think I want to talk to people working with you and in the Congress that we need to have certain amendments, certain new law to change in the school books that the black history did not start with being slave.
I started as an actor, graduate from USC, Go Trojan. Did some TV series here in LA and also international movies in Middle East, in Egypt. That's where I'm from originally. Egypt just had a revolution, January 25th, 2011. The young people of Egypt, which is present 65% of the population in Egypt, all they had their dream and wealth and social network. And they overthrew dictator Mubarak after 30 years just because they have that dream and hope, and social network played a big major part in the Egyptian revolution and communication, so people can get in Tahrir Square and protest against the dictator of Egypt. So I want to thank and I appreciate.
Your name?
Sean, Delon.
Pappa Joe, nice to meet you. Also known as the Electric Negro.
Yeah.
So I understand you have a new project you're working on.
Yeah, a TV show called Inspire.
Could you tell us about it?
Inspire, it's going to be basically to interview people successful in the community who work so hard, who came from zero, from nothing, no money, and they achieve big success. So we can take that story and you share it to our community and to our youth in our community, and hopefully that will inspire other people. That's very inspiring. That's very inspiring. Yes, that's an wow. That's amazing. That's very inspiring. Yes. So story like that to show other people instead. Gary.
Please.
I love this guy.
I know. Please.
Yeah. So a story like your story, you lost weight, and to show other people there's always hope. There's nothing impossible. You can always go the right direction or the left direction. You know, so we need to bring that stories out.
Now, when is it coming out?
It's going to come out within a few weeks. We already interviewed Ann Watson, former Congresswoman. 2 weeks, yeah. Ann Watson, we have an interview coming with Karen Bath, Congresswoman, then Eric Garcetti, then some other people successful in the community. Yeah.
Now let me ask you something. Have you overcome something? Is this how you got started on this journey, or what was it that?
Overcome something? Well, my
what was that guy got you inspired?
What got me inspired was my mom. My mom was a good, loving, good woman, and she inspired me. So she implanted in me to be good in society and to be the best I can be, and respect women, like treat them like my two sisters. So my mom was always good inspiration and a good role model in my life. And I think mother is the foundation and the most important value in our society, because that would bring all of us to be positive and good in society, the mother.
Let me ask you something. Do you have any advice for anybody out there that's struggling or trying to make it in the industry?
A struggle, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Failure is a good thing. As Thomas Edison said once, they asked him, why did you fail 9,999 times? He said, no, the 9,999 time was new idea. If it wasn't those number, I wouldn't discover the electricity. So there is no failure, no success. I don't see it as a failure. Every time you fail, it's a new idea. You learn something new. All you need to just keep going. Never look back. Always move forward.
Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best of luck on your show.
Thank you, brother.
And be able to look at it. If you wouldn't mind saying thank you for watching KNEKTV.
Thanks for watching KNEKTV, and I love that brother. Thank you. And I have here Annette, I want to include her.
Hi.
Come on. And Hannah.
Hi, how are
They both
you?
are models and co-hosts with the TV show Inspire. And they both are model and actress.
I look forward to seeing you both. So what was how did you get involved into the project?
Sean involved me. He wanted to win my heart, so he involved me into the project.
I read her heart. I always look for people are beautiful inside and outside. So seriously, so it happened. They are very beautiful inside and very beautiful outside, and very intelligent. So why not? You know, I know this town full with beautiful people, so no big deal.
But not real people.
But not real and not inside. So I'm always selective, and I find people has beautiful inside and outside. It's very important, and I like genuine people, and I'm always look for genuine people, good heart, and they both are.
Well, best of luck to you both. I look forward to seeing you on this big screen.
So say Inspire.
Inspired.
Inspire Delon Show TV.
Inspired.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, a good man. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll interview.
One more question. So I understand you had another job you were pursuing? Or?
Well, after the 2011, January 25th, 2011 Egyptian Youth Revolution, the doors were open, and I think Egypt at the time needed someone to present the young people who did the revolution. So I became from an actor, from outspoken against dictatorship, to a registered presidential candidate in March 30, 2012. That's the story. Yeah, so, and hopefully 2018 or 22 will run for the president of Egypt. So
Really?
I'm not sure if I'm going to go to 18 or 22.
So you really want to inspire and help people to live their authentic lives?
Absolutely. My objective not to have the title as a president, but my objective to help and inspire young people and to change Egypt to become more secular, more democratic, more liberal, to become more westernized. And hopefully Egypt will reflect and inspire the whole region, Middle East and Africa. And that's what the youth need in that region, Egypt and Middle East and Africa. New role model, new flavor. We need to bring that Western flavor to that region. So,
Do you have any ideas other than you've been brewing ideas or
well,
how to do that or?
You know what? It's not a choice that I choose. I think it's up there. I've been chosen to do that job from higher power. So it's not a choice. It's not something I decided. It's I've been chosen from up there.
Again, you've got my vote.
Thank you.
Sean Delon with the Sean Delon Show, and I have my co-host Jordan Bird with the Sean Delon Show, and Dan Watson, former Congresswoman. So there is a few important things I want to get out of you today. Also for the audience who are watching here in the United States and in Middle East and around the world, because the show will be aired in Africa as well. And I'm proud to be African American. I got denied from USC when I applied because I was not dark enough, and they denied me based
I was turning it up like I was in a video on BT. You can't erase your past away, but you can take control, rise above the rest and say, I want that joy, I want that joy, hey.
American books, curricula in the American books, when you educate kids here, first thing, they grow up black, they were enslaved in the United States. And I think that have psychological effect on the kids. If I grow up and it shows that I was slave, how could I be, grow up in society to be successful? How can I grow up And it's the back of my mind, always I was enslaved. I came as a slave. I hear in TV I was a slave. Everything that slave. And which is not true. Because black people, they were not slave in Africa. They were king, they were queen, they were imperial, they were successful. So I think I want to talk to people working with you and in the Congress that we need to have certain amendments, certain new law to change in the school books that the black history did not start with being slave.
If you are born on American soil, you are an American. Your roots might be in another country. And so, my question to her, how do you explain a Tiger Woods? Why can't we call ourselves African Americans, Chinese Americans, Japanese Americans, and so on and so forth? And that is what you will find on the census form. Remember, we take it every 10 years, so we will take the census in 2020 again. And you will find those on the census form. And everybody, I don't care what country, what nation they're in, they had the greatest respect for the United States of America.
This diva was turning it up like I was in a video on BT. You can't erase your past away, but you can take control. Right walked into the front door. Friends said that they saw you.
When is it coming out?
It's come out within a few weeks. We already interviewed Ann Watson, former Congresswoman. 2 weeks, yeah. Ann Watson, we have interview coming with Karen Bath, Congresswoman, then Eric Garcetti, then some other people successful in the community. Yeah.
In American books, curricula in the American books, when you educate kids here, first thing they grow up black, they were enslaved in the United States. And I think that have psychological effect on the kids. If I grow up and it shows that I was slave, how could I be grow up in society to be successful? How can I grow up? And it's the back of my mind, always I was enslaved. I came as a slave. I hear in TV I was a slave. Everything that slave. And which is not true. Because black people, they were not slave in Africa. They were king, they were queen, they were imperial, they were successful. So I think I want to talk to people working with you and in the Congress that we need to have certain amendments, certain new law to change in the school books that the black history did not start with being slave.
If you are born on American soil, you are an American. Your roots might be in another country. And so, my question to her, how do you explain a Tiger Woods? Why can't we call ourselves African Americans, Chinese Americans, Japanese Americans, and so on and so forth? And that is what you will find on the census form. Remember, we take it every 10 years, so we will take the census in 2020 again. And you will find those on the census form. And everybody, I don't care what country, what nation they're in, they had the greatest respect for the United States of America.
Very important and special for me since I'm African American and I'm proud to be African American.
This diva was turning it up like I was in a video on BT. You can't erase your past away, but you can take control. Rise above the rest and say, I want that joy. I want that joy. Hey, this diva was turning it up like I was in a video on BT. You can't erase your past away, but you can take control. Rise above the rest and say.
So there is a few important things I want to get out of you today. Also for the audience who are watching here in the United States and in Middle East and around the world, because the show will be aired in Africa as well.
I want that joy. I want that joy.